Hi, my name is Afi and this video is part of a tutorial series on how to set up and use ExecutiveApp to help manage your business. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I suggest you start from the first video in the playlist to get an idea of what is ExecutiveApp. This video I'll be covering the orders page and also how do you manage orders. Okay, if you click on the orders button, you will be brought to the page, and the page itself looks similar to the products page that we covered in the previous video. You have your add order button, search by reference ID, view or edit, delete, and also some page navigation buttons. Alright, so let's try and create one order for our hot sauce product. Click on add order, and this is the add order form. So for customer name, let's say someone named Bob is our customer. We can put in either the mobile contact number or the email address. So in this case, I'll just put the email address. And also, if you deliver the products via post, you can put in the customer address in this field as well. Okay, for the delivery date and delivery time, it is default. The default is the current time. So if you have already delivered it, then you can just leave it be. But if the customer wants it by a certain date or you have a target date, then you can just pick your date and also your time here. So let's say 18th October, 3 p.m. And there you go. So status we'll look at in a bit. You have the payment reference ID, which is similar to the previous ones we encountered. You can put in the receipt number or the bank transaction ID, and finally you can put any comment you want on the order. Okay, so for each order you can purchase multiple items. So let's say if you have multiple products, then one order may consist of multiple products of multiple quantities. So we actually put in the item table inside the add order form, which you can see here. There's an add item, view or edit item, and also a delete item. Finally, on the bottom right, there's a grand total of the order itself. Let's try and add the one order of our hot sauce item just now. So this is the add item form. Now you can move the windows however you like, and also if you look at the products page, you can see that our hot sauce product has a product ID. In the first field, product ID, if you insert the product ID and you click on the button, it will autofill the information for you. So this makes it easier and quicker for you to add in your items. So again, the profit, if you click on the info button, it will give you the same description as it did in the products page. And here I guess we can set it, Bob is purchasing 5 bottles of hot sauce from us. So we can add item. You can see that the total is reflected here. Click on add item, and if you look at your add order form, you can see the grand total is reflected and you have the item itself in the table. Alright, let's go through the order status. There's actually 6 different status that the order can be in, an order status, and it may or may not apply to you, but it doesn't matter. You can skip through, and the only thing that's important is the delivered status. Okay, so let's say you make your own products and you also post them via delivery. Okay, so pending would be when the customer says that they want the products from you. Confirmed would be when the customer has paid you. Preparing is when you're preparing the product. Prepared means you have already, the product is there, you're just waiting for the delivery guy to come in. Transit is when it is in transit to the customer, and finally delivered is when it is delivered to the customer. Now if this doesn't apply to you, then you don't have to go through all the states. You can just straight away go to delivered. Say you've already fulfilled the order and now you're putting in the info so that you can manage and you can trace back in the future. Alright, so if the status is delivered, when you click on add order, it will say here order status is newly set to delivered. A debit entry with the order payment ID will be created. Continue. So what this means is it will create a debit entry for the order itself, for the sale itself. So this is another automated item that we do in the application. If you click on yes, and you can see in the products page, our product has gone from 20 in stock to 50. And also if you look into the finance page, you can see here the order just now, there's a debit entry for it, which is order 3 sale with the correct amount. Okay, let's try and delete this order. So there's one quirk, which is for delivered orders you cannot edit or delete a delivered order. Okay, so let's try and deliver order. It says here cannot delete a delivered order. If you view the order itself, and then if you look at one of the items, select the item and click on view, you can see that the save item button is actually disabled. Okay, the reason is that you cannot edit or delete delivered orders, and if you would like to edit them, you will need to revert them from the delivered status to any other status, say pending. Okay, when you save the order, it will say here order status changed from delivered. A refund credit entry will be credited. So what happens is, if you would like to edit the order, you need to set it to a state other than delivered, and it will create a credit entry to offset the original debit entry that was created. So when you click on yes, you can see that the sum of the credit and debit will be 0. Okay, so here 50 and also 50, orders 3 sale, and in the credit it will be order 3 refund. So this helps you to maintain integrity between the finance entries and also the orders entries. Alright, another feature in the orders page is this upgrade status button. So if you click on the order itself and then you click on upgrade status, you can actually advance the order status from one state to the next. So if you recall, after preparing is prepared, click yes and it will immediately upgrade the status of your order. And you can also go up to delivered, and it'll create the debit entry once the order is in the delivered state. For now, let's keep it in the prepared state. Okay, so let's view this order and also the item hot sauce. View the hot sauce item, and I want to talk a little bit about this profit field. Okay, so let's say, for example, you run a dropship business and you're a dropship agent for a clothing line, and the clothing line costs, let's say the clothing product costs 25 ringgit, but you only get 5 ringgit from the sale. So in this case, what happens is, if we save this item, you can see that, let me edit the quantity to be 1 so that it's a little bit clear. You can see that the cost is actually 25 ringgit, but what happens is, when you set this item to delivered and save, and a debit entry is created, you can see that if you look into finance, the amount debited to you is actually just 5 ringgit. So what this means is, for dropship agents, you can use this application, and the application knows that if there's a profit value, then it'll just debit the profit value instead of the full value. The full value is there so that you can you know how much the customer should pay you. Okay, one last thing I want to talk about is your order items. So if we go and view the order, let me set this to something other than delivered first, and let's try and view this item. There's actually no restrictions in terms of setting the item itself. So if you saw just now, I simply changed the price and also the profit for this item, and then I was able to save. So let's try and create a new item. The product ID autofill feature is actually optional. What you can do is, let's say if you run a contract-based business or service-based business, then you don't need to fill in the product ID. You can just fill in your business. Let's say you do software development, and the total cost is, let's say, 2,700 ringgit, and with a quantity of 1. So this way you can also use add items to add in custom items on the spot, and this will not have most probably it will not have any stock tracking because it's not tied to any product ID. But you are able to use it in this way to manage your business, whatever your business is. So you can add the item, and you can see the price is still reflected there. Now, if you're not sure how exactly can you utilize all of these features for your business, then you can just go to the website, go to the contact us page, and just let me know, and we can advise you on how you can use the finance products and orders features to suit your business, to improve traceability and also make sure that you keep track of everything that's happening. Okay, so that is it for this video. Next video we'll look at the dashboard page. Okay, thanks for watching.